everybody, this is dkdynamite for a bonus zombie video here for you guys tonight. We're going to be going through some additional details that just got shared as of about half an hour ago, which you guys may have missed. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and as a big reminder, the team has been hard at work over on dkdynamite.com, keeping you guys up to date with all things Call of Duty, especially everything from the COD Next broadcast. There has been so much to report on for every single game mode, and the team has absolutely killed it. But also, big thank you to everybody who tuned into my beta live stream earlier today. Obviously, it's just multiplayer, not zombies, but I gave away about 10 plus codes, 3 through Detonated's Twitter or so, and then a whole bunch more through the Nightbot giveaway feature here on YouTube. But real quickly, I just want to mention something that I don't think anybody's really thought of yet, and I'm sure I'll bring this up again in a future zombie video, but there is a fire mod on specific weapons in multiplayer, and it's called Rapid Fire, right? This could literally be the way to use double tap in Black Ops 6 Zombies, right? I could imagine if it doesn't end up becoming a perk at some point throughout the year, what if you just spawn in with Rapid Fire on your loadout weapon that technically is double tap? And there always is a possibility that we still get that perk can added in the future, but at least for right now, with the game's launch that doesn't feature double tap, this could be a way to actually use that perk. Now, I'll of course have more Liberty Falls inspired videos over the next few days because I managed to record plenty of gameplay over at the COD Next event in Washington, D.C. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as of about half an hour ago or so, a new episode of the COD Pod did release on the Call of Duty YouTube channel, and you could of course check it out on the COD channel anytime you guys would like. But I know Fajardi went ahead and clipped out some very important moments from the podcast, especially the zombies focus points that I want to include here in this video. So first and certainly foremost, we have Mr. Dalek JD, who actually joined Kevin Drew in this episode of the COD Pod. They actually filmed it right after the next broadcast, which is crazy. Here's the first fact, which I'm actually pretty shocked about. Take a listen to this. Let me make sure game audio isn't playing at the very same time, and let's get it.
This is an amazing way to experience a story. Are you, I'm going off here. Are you able to share how small the percentage of people that do manage to finish the zombie story is? Because I would imagine it's an amazing thing for you guys to be able to say, we've put in this huge amount of work, now go experience it. It must be really fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what we're hoping. It's hard to get, because it's so situational based on the map. But I think it was like 5% on Team Machine.
Wow. And that's a launch map as well.
Yeah.
This is an amazing way to experience a story.
Let's really dissect that for a second. 5% of people that played D Machine, or maybe 5% of zombie players in Cold War, completed the main quest on D Machine. Let's think about that, because to my understanding, D Machine is the most completed Easter egg in Zombies history, the most amount of achievers that could be tracked by looking at, the PlayStation trophy count, Xbox achievement trackers. It looks like D Machine has been the most completed quest in Zombies history, considering how accessible it is. And still, with that in mind, that is only 5% of the Zombies community, or just 5% of players that hopped on that map. Like, imagine quests that are so much harder, like the ones in BO3. That's a crazy specific number, which you guys can believe if you want or not. I really do trust Kevin Drew here with that statement. That's insane. So you can see why, even with making quests or just zombies in general more accessible, that doesn't necessarily increase the amount of people that are completing Easter eggs, watching those cutscenes, getting that achievement, unlocking rewards. Hence why a guided/directed mode is coming to both Terminus and Liberty Falls later on, probably in Season 1 or right before that. That's why that mode exists, because of that fact alone, which is mental. Now, another pretty cool announcement that I didn't expect in regards to Halloween. Now, considering September 18th is the current slotted date for the beginning of Season 6 for MW3 and Warzone, that probably means that that'll also be the start of The Haunting, or maybe that'll start right after that, because Black Ops 6 comes out October 25th before Halloween, so a Haunting for MW3 kind of has to happen way before that, obviously, which I know is going to be pretty odd, but Black Ops 6 is going to be celebrating Halloween to an extent.
Whole month of zombies. Stuff.
Not to mention, October 25th when the game does come out.
Yes.
Spooky season.
Spooky
Any more
season.
there? Any more there?
I could. I happen to know that the multiplayer team at Treyarch intends to celebrate spooky season with a particular mode. I believe Joanna from Treyarch told us earlier that we might be dressing up as zombies. Whole month of zombies.
Wow. Okay, so that tells me we're going to see some type of spin on Infected, or maybe turned from the OG BO2. I mean, we also had that mode called Pandemic in Blackout, which is kind of like Infected within Blackout, the ability to play as a zombie. That could be a Halloween LTM. kind of off the rip for the week of Halloween. Black Ops 6 comes out, Halloween's like 6 days later. So that sounds exciting. If you guys remember, Black Ops 4 actually did something a little bit similar through a Halloween event. Let me see if I could find a picture of that. Halloween face paints. So that was like the only Halloween update BO4 got, to my understanding. It was like face paints you can unlock. They were kind of spooky themed. It was a mini Halloween event. I believe it was free to actually earn this content. So yeah, we could be seeing something a bit similar this time around where, hey, they're acknowledging Halloween is kind of just around the corner. And if you want to get some Halloween themed cosmetics or something, or play a Halloween themed LTM, then that'll be available for you guys in Black Ops 6. That'll kind of be like a mini haunting update for BO6, considering the actual haunting that we're getting in a couple of weeks is just for MW3 and the current Warzone. Here's another fact though, when it comes to zombie maps getting updates after they've released. We've kind of seen this before a little bit, and I'm thinking off the top of my head, Blood of the Dead got a spork knife quest added in several months after BO4 came out, but that's probably because the quest itself wasn't functioning correctly and wasn't tested, so it kind of got added in later. But who's to say they can't actually update a round-based map with other quests after that map has already come out? Let's wait and see. And technically, directed/guided mode is going to be like the update for round-based maps after they've come out, right? Like a month or so later. But let's take a listen to this.
Can we expect, over the course of the seasons, older zombies maps, launch maps, new DLC maps? Can we expect them to get updates, potentially new Easter eggs, new features, new perks, something to keep them fresh?
Yeah, so I would say, like, there's no current plans in the short term, but that's something I'm always interested in, and I'm actually curious to get your thoughts on, like, is that something you want? Like, preserving a game, like the map as it is, how do you feel about that? Because now it's kind of become a different experience. You can never go back to the other version.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a really great question. So that wasn't what I had in my head, but I mean, now...
I mean, that's just like an example of something like that, right? Like Easter eggs and things like that. That sounds really cool. You know, definitely keeping an open mind on that.
Okay.
That's a pretty interesting answer. I mean, I'm thinking of MWZ, first off, with how we've got, you know, several different Liberty Falls radios added around Urzikstan throughout the seasons. Obviously, MWZ is not round-based, so this is a bit different, but I wouldn't mind if round-based maps added in, you know, pieces of intel or radios or something way after the map actually came out that kind of teases where we're going next. But round-based maps usually have that kind of content in them anyway, so curious to see, right, if they could end up adding actual quests to a round-based map after it's come out, right? You don't have to change the layout or anything, but how cool would it be if you have a classic version of a map that comes out in Black Ops 6, then a month or two later you see another room added in or another area of the map entirely that you don't have to go to, but it kind of expands on the map itself to kind of provide players with some type of update, considering we're likely not going to get a new round-based map every single season. So that could be a way that round-based kind of gets more updates every season, besides just LTMs, but also getting, you know, little updates to the maps that are already in the game. Now, here's where things get even spicier. When it comes to two different Gobblegums that I don't think had been confirmed prior to this COD pod. Apparently info about them kind of were in the recent blog post that came out, but a lot of folks missed it because of how crazy things have been the last few days with COD Next, all the marketing, the beta just started. So we have two classic Gobblegums confirmed to return here. Let's take a look.
Okay.
Gobblegums. Yes, lots of fan favorite Gobblegums. A lot of Black Ops 3 Gobblegums coming back. Perkaholic, obviously. The big one, right? And who doesn't want all the perks immediately? But crate power, wall power, giving you that pap right off the bat. I'm like afraid. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for shopping free.
Not at launch.
Ooh.
Plan?
Okay. Wait a minute.
Can I ask another one?
You can.
Hold on.
Raindrops?
At launch.
Oh. I
Nice.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited about that one.
Excited. Okay.
So that's two more Gobblegums confirmed. So it looks like in this big blog post, which doesn't have too much new info, it's kind of just another clean news roundup. For those that are kind of unfamiliar with what's going on with zombies right now, it talks about the intro cutscene, the gameplay trailer, a bunch of features, how, you know, directed mode's gonna work, which is like the guided experience that comes out after a round-based map does, and it goes through all the features, clean new screenshots. But keep in mind, there's an important image in here that I haven't really seen anybody talk about. I don't think a lot of folks knew about this blog post because so much info dropped this past Wednesday. You had creators streaming, posting gameplay, people were on Twitter, Reddit. I think people just forgot to check the COD blog. There was so much marketing, but with that, this image right here, and shout out to whoever on Twitter ended up making this. I just saw the image floating around and saved it here. They have an image in the blog of the Gobblegum machine next to a bunch of different gums, and there's no names under them, but somebody actually wrote in what they are, and you could see right then and there on the house, Phoenix Up, a near-death experience, the fire cell immolation liquidation, and obviously you could also see raindrops, which is pretty damn sweet. And I think it's great. They've revealed, what is this, about 16 Gobblegums for the day one experience, which is fantastic. Obviously, more will be added in throughout the live seasons, but yeah, those are all the Goblins we know are coming to the game. I'm most excited for Wonder Bar. It's got a guaranteed Wonder Weapon out of the mystery box when you go ahead and pop it. I've already shown plenty of gameplay in my recent Liberty Falls walkthrough. You can pop all 3 at once. You can have 5 Gobblegums in a pack. You can hold 3 in your inventory at one time and pop them all at once, which is absolutely insane and a big step up from Black Ops 3. And yeah, Shields Up works a bit different. It just makes your armor more durable, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, we could dive deeper into Gobblegums in a separate video at some point soon, especially when we can use all of them during the day one experience. But coming towards the end here with some more zombies info, we got some info from Kevin Drew in regards to the gameplay goals of both Terminus and Liberty Falls. I do have a separate Liberty Falls kind of rant video, another episode of my community quote series, going through all the controversy about Liberty Falls. A lot of folks have really misinterpreted what that map stands for and what it's all about. So let's take a listen here to what Kevin Drew had to say.
Maybe like from a design philosophy, when it comes to designing like both Terminus and Liberty Falls, like what are your sort of goals with each map? Because the first impressions from Liberty Falls is it's very much sort of like an easier map for beginners to jump in, while Terminus is I feel there's so much untapped potential of fun things to do and ways to play it.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. It's exactly what we're going for. I think over the years we found that, hey, some nights I'm into a really deep experience that's going to challenge me. Other nights, I just kind of want to chill and kill zombies, you know? And so we wanted to make sure we had at least one map to do that at launch.
You can do both at launch, which is epic.
You know, especially with so many people, like it's been 4 years since round-based zombies, so there's potentially a lot of people who maybe their first time playing Vanguard or Modern Warfare zombies, and it's like, here's a space to get your feet wet, right?
Maybe like from a...
That's a really good response. Again, confirming there's a big difference between Terminus and Liberty Falls, and I'm going to go into this more in my upcoming Liberty Falls rant video, but one is clearly a Shadows of Evil Blood of the Dead. The other map is clearly a Giant/D Machine. If anything, from my experience playing Liberty Falls, obviously a lot of content was disabled in the build that I got to play. Couldn't use augments, couldn't actually customize Gobblegums. The map was literally a big D Machine. Probably on that same scale as well, size-wise. It played very well. Who's not to say there isn't another area you can go to in Liberty Falls during the main quest? We don't know yet, but it's very different. Night and day difference, literally, from Terminus. And that's done for a reason. And he iterates this pretty well in this COD pod. But shout out to Mr. Dalek for being amongst one of the first content creators to be on the COD pod. It's pretty cool to see special guests on the actual COD pod itself. Hopefully we get more frequent episodes, every so often, at least like once or twice a season. That'd be fantastic. Once a week would be great, but I don't think I gotta share or save some material for the actual blog posts and other marketing that Call of Duty typically does. But ladies and gentlemen, that is just about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on new little details that we got from the COD pod about Black Ops 6 Zombies? How hyped are you guys for the return of shopping free and raindrops? Again, shopping free lets you go ahead and just open up all doors for free for like a small duration of time, about a minute. Raindrops will just go ahead and spawn in every power-up at once, right in front of you. All that's coming back to BO6. One of them's at launch, one of them isn't. So I'm sure shopping free will be like a Season 1 Gobblegum or something, if I had to guess. But leave your thoughts down below. Really hope you guys have enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.